If one were to make a list of the most sacred trees of India, the tree behind me would certainly make it in the top 5 of the list. And in this episode of Tree Talk, I'm going to be telling you about the Bael tree. This is the Bael or the Bilva, a commonly seen tree across India and almost always near a Shiva temple. If you look closely at its leaves, you may notice a pattern. Every leaf is a set of 3 leaflets, or what is called a trifoliate arrangement, and this is believed to represent Shiva in many ways. Firstly, the 3 eyes of Shiva, then the 3 qualities Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas, then the trident of Lord Shiva. The symbolism of the leaf and the tree finds a mention in an entire stotra dedicated to this tree by the name of Bilvashtakam, a composition attributed to Adi Shankaracharya. I'll be doing a separate episode on the stotra sometime later, but do notice the verses of the stotram which actually go on to say that the merit earned by making large donations or undertaking huge pilgrimage trips or performing yajnas or doing several thread ceremonies, they can all be earned by offering just one Bilva Patra to Lord Shiva. What one finds here is really how a humble leaf becomes a focal point for reforming the outlook of society, because what Adi Shankara is really trying to do here is to make people look beyond rites and practices and discard these rituals for the divine, he says, can be worshipped with the simplest offering, a Bilva leaf. Hence, for many reasons, it is believed that this tree is very sacred and most dear to Lord Shiva. A popular legend associating this tree with Lord Shiva highlights the significance of offering the leaves of this tree to Lord Shiva on the day of Mahashivratri. There once lived a hunter who earned his livelihood by killing animals. One day, as he was out in the forest trying to hunt down a deer, he was chased by a lion. Terrified, he quickly climbed onto the nearest tree, which happened to be a Bilva tree, in order to hide. The hours rolled by. The sun was about to set, and soon the forest was plunged into darkness. But the lion could be heard, and the hunter didn't dare to descend from the tree. At night, the sound of the wild animals of the jungle could be heard all around him. The roar of the lion, the growl of a bear. It was frightening. Tears rolled down the hunter's eyes. In order to keep himself occupied, the hunter decided to pluck the leaves of the tree upon which he was sitting. One by one, he plucked them out and dropped them to the ground to keep himself from falling asleep and rolling over from the branch. It so happened that the night on which this incident occurred was the night of Mahashivratri. Shiva, it is believed, appeared to him in a vision and told him that he was very pleased. For even if someone offered him the leaves of the Bilva tree unknowingly on this special night and fasted while doing so, he would attain salvation. And so it is said that if a poor hunter who lived by hunting and killing could attain salvation by praying to Lord Shiva on this special night and by offering Bilva leaves, anybody else who did the same would also find eternal bliss and liberation. In fact, you may see sculpture work like this in temples, as in this temple in Tamil Nadu, which depicts the scene of the hunter atop the Bael tree. This is the legend associated with fasting on the night of Mahashivratri and the offering of Bael leaves to worship Shiva, which my son made a drawing of some years ago. Not only is this tree highly sacred, but it is greatly valued for its medicinal properties. From snakebite to diarrhea, the Bael has a cure for it all. According to Ayurveda, every part of the tree, fruit, root, leaves, can cure a variety of diseases afflicting the human body, and chewing a few leaves on a daily basis and drinking its juice is believed to have health benefits. The fruit too is considered very good for health. The fruit, called the Bael Shrifal or the stone apple, is large and pale yellow when ripe. From laxative to blood purifier and curing fever to treating jaundice, the Bilva is credited with many medicinal abilities. If you wish to read more about this tree, you can check this blog post on my website. I've linked it up below. If this episode of Tree Talk has helped you understand and appreciate the trees around you, do share this with friends and subscribe to the channel for more.